Social media is destroying our sense of normalcy. From Susanna Friesen. Okay, so let's see what this is all about.
I wish my hosts looked like that. I'll never be able to be like this. I wish I could afford clothes like that. I feel so behind in life. I wish I looked like her. Why can't I'll never be happy unless I have these things.
If that sounds like you, if you have those same thoughts going around in your head every single time you're on social media, you are not the only one. Social media is destroying our sense of normalcy. What people portray on social media is wealth, is overconsumerism, is you have to have these things in order to be happy and fulfilled. You have to fit into a certain aesthetic in order to be deemed cool and pretty and beautiful and interesting. When we were kids, we never even knew what the word aesthetic was.
Keep in mind, everything that you see on social media is not true. Plenty of people want to seem rich, want to seem wealthy, want to seem happy. They want to portray the best side of their life on social media, but the reality is totally and completely different sometimes. So don't trust everything you see on social media. Be happy with yourself.
We had our own individual hobbies, our own individual quirks. We had our own interests. We never had to fit into these certain boxes that had a list full of characteristics and things that we had to check off in order to be put into that category. We were probably the happiest we have ever been because we weren't stuck comparing ourselves to the extent that we are now. As we've gotten older, we've spent more time on our phones, depressed that we don't and honestly can't live up with what society outlines as the blueprint to happiness. White and beige, big, light-filled houses. Everywhere that could be organized is organized to the full extent.
Don't seek happiness from social media. Don't seek validation from other people. Simply not care what other people think of you and live your life just as the way it is and do what makes you happy. Happiness is already within yourself. If you think about what you can be grateful for today, you can find happiness today. You can decide to be happy if you understand that you have your life pretty easy and so many people have a life way worse than yours. So try to be happy in the present moment and don't try to compare yourself with what other people are doing.
With matching containers, most expensive clothes, Skims, Lululemon, $1,000 purses or more. This is not happiness. It's simply overconsumerism. And it's feeding the agenda that we need to have more in order to be happy, in order to be successful in this life. The sad reality is that most people don't live like that. And it's not because they don't want to, because if they didn't want to, they wouldn't be watching that content. But it's simply the fact that they can't. So where does this leave us? It leaves us feeling depressed, feeling like we don't measure up, unsuccessful, or like we're behind in life, unhappy, discontent, like a failure. We're going to get into a little statistics.
If you're feeling all of this feeling or any of this feeling, keep in mind that you can be happy right now. And the thing that I do myself is to think positively about the future, to have a set of goals that I'm working towards step by step, day by day. I keep discipline, I keep practicing, I keep taking the next step one step at a time, working toward my goals and being happy in the present moment, being grateful with what I already have, trying to seek more, of course, trying to progress, trying to improve, trying to do more, but also being happy in the present moment, also being grateful for what I already have and what I already accomplished. It's not an easy thing to do, but if you try to practice this every day a little bit, you can succeed eventually.
Statistics here. These are based in Canada because I'm in Canada, but it is a sad reality check. The average salary for a full-time worker in Canada is about $63,000. For a lot of us, we work minimum wage jobs. I work a minimum wage job in retail, so my average salary is ranging between $30,000 to $32,000. Every 2 weeks, I get maybe $900, and this is normal for a lot of us. A lot of Canadians don't have well-paying jobs. The average rent in Canada is $2,196. The average grocery trip for a family of 4 in Canada is about $1,296. Already, if we had all of this together, we are in the negatives. And this doesn't even include gas money, car insurance, car payments if you have one, phone bills, subscriptions to Netflix, Disney Plus, and all these other things that you need subscriptions to, or that people deem necessary. When we see all these people living their best lives online and portraying this image of wealth, overconsumerism, and aesthetic, you can see that majority of people just simply cannot live up to that because they're already in debt.
Yeah, the key to being happy is to not care about other people's things and to not comparing your life to what other people are living, especially on social media, because everything that you see on social media is not true. People try to appear rich, they appear to be healthy, they appear to be happy, they seem to be in a much better place than you, but it's often not the case. There's a dark side and that you don't see to all things that you can discover on social media. Unfortunately, you have to keep that in mind.
Just trying to survive on the bare minimum, like shelter and food. They're living paycheck to paycheck. Where are they going to get the funds to buy all these aesthetic containers, get all the new expensive clothes, or afford a big house, or even afford renovations to make their house more aesthetic? Sure, you can do it on a budget, but where are you going to budget the money if you're already in the negatives? I was doing some research online and there is so many subcategories under the word aesthetic. It is sickening. It's totally okay if you're into all these different things, but it is insane that there is 25 main different aesthetic subcategories on the internet that is influencing us to buy more, do more, have more, be more or less, because you're trying to conform to all these different categories in order.
Yeah, definitely don't try to conform, don't try to be aesthetic, don't try to seem a way that you are not. Definitely be yourself and focus on the things that you can do today to improve your life. Even if you are far away from your ultimate goal, if you consistently work at it with consistency and discipline and perseverance, eventually you will find success. Only the people that quit fail. If you keep at it, if you keep working, if you keep progressing toward your goal, making a small improvement every little day, every little time, every day, then eventually you will find success. I believe in you.
To fit the aesthetic that mostly appeals to you. The main ones that I see on my social media platform is that girl, that Christian girl, vanilla girl, soft girl. They're showing up on my For You page because that is what I aspire to be. That is what I find appealing and admirable. But the reality is that I can't afford to do that. My husband and I can't even afford to rent a place right now. We are living with my in-laws and we have been for the last 2 years, and we are no closer to getting moved out. As you can see, I tried to make my backdrop a little more aesthetic.
Listen to her. She cannot afford rent right now and she's still trying to make a background aesthetic. She's focusing on the wrong things right now in your life. So if you're working a minimal wage job, you should not be on social media. You should not spend your time browsing social media, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and trying to appear happier than you actually are, or wealthier than you actually are, or conform to another aesthetic that is not yourself. Forget about the people on social media, forget about what others are doing, if they are succeeding more than you or not. Your goal right now, if you're working a minimal wage job, is to improve your income. So find ways to earn more money, either through the career, getting a better high-paying job, growing your education, learning a high-paying skill, etc. That should be your focus. Do not waste your time comparing yourself to other people or browsing social media endlessly or buying stuff that you don't need.
A little bit more appealing to the eye. What you don't see is right beside me or right in front of me. You guys don't see the fact that I usually have my house coats hanging up on the back door here and my bridesmaid's dress for my sister-in-law's wedding. But every time I film, I take it down because it looks like garbage. Or all the crap that is usually laying here, I always have to move it in order to make my background look a little bit more appealing. Or the piles of laundry that is right in front of me because I haven't done laundry in a little bit. The reality is that most people don't live the lives they're portraying. If they do, they come from a family that is wealthy, or they've been blessed with wealth and success for themselves, and they are able to do all these amazing things and have all these things. But I think there also needs to be a level of normalcy on the internet and more people creating content, posting this content online.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's totally a place for normalcy on the internet, for content that is direct, that is relatable, and that is honest and true. You don't have to chase wealth, richness, happiness all the time in social media. You can also make content for social media that is totally normal, totally true, totally honest, totally relatable to the other people and what people are actually living in their day-to-day life. There is a place for content like this, of course, fortunately.
online that shows what normal people live like. I've seen more of it online recently, which is super refreshing, and I love watching content like that. But there needs to be more. Being non-aesthetic is not non-aesthetic or unaesthetic, it's normal aesthetic. That word shouldn't even be a thing in my opinion. I want to kind of share how this has affected me personally because I've been creating content for about over a year now, and I typically don't create like lifestyle or vlogs. And the reason for this being, I was afraid that others would judge me for not having a lot of things, or a pretty house, or things that are deemed aesthetic in today's society. Like I said, I live with my in-laws. I don't have an aesthetic house. I've tried to make my bedroom kind of reflect how I would style my house. As I've lived here, that's kind of changed. My aesthetic has changed, but I also can't afford to change my husband and I's bedroom to reflect what I personally want it to be. Paint is expensive. New duvets and bed covers and sheets are expensive. New furniture is expensive. Even if you're going to DIY it, it still costs.
Yeah. The best way to succeed, the best way to success is to change your mindset. Your mindset is probably one of the most important things that you can have. You have to get into the right mindset. Stop caring about what other people are doing, people that are more successful than you, what other people think, etc. Focus on growing your income right now, doing whatever you can to earn more money so that you can afford a decent living, right? You should not worry about how you look, what you are doing, how you look on the internet, etc. Or the aesthetic of your home, or the aesthetic of your house, or how you appear to other people, or what other people think of you. You should definitely work hard at it and try to improve your current situation, focusing on the right thing and not focusing on how you look to the external world.
Money. But slowly as time has gone on, and I've seen more people kind of come forward and post content regardless of what their living situation looks like, I've been more inspired to share that it's okay to be normal. It's okay to accept where you're at and look forward to what the future brings. There's a saying that says social media is fake, and that's true to an extent. If you're not being 100% authentic about your situation, what you live like, things you have, or how you've gotten things you have, it's really easy to fall into the comparison trap and start losing the capability of cultivating gratitude and being thankful, praising God for what you do have. And that's
probably one of the most important things that you can do today. Being grateful for what you already have. It's great to chase your dream, it's great to have big goals and to work toward them, but you should also realize that many other people in this world have it way, way, way worse than you right now. So you should definitely be grateful for what you already have, and this way you can find happiness with the little things in everyday, day-to-day life.
Something that I've had to keep doing and keep reminding myself, like, I have so much. I am so blessed. Getting into that mindset of I don't have enough or God hasn't blessed me is really, really dangerous, not only for our mental well-being, but also for our spiritual well-being. Some people might see my following online, 150,000 followers on Instagram, 300,000+ followers on TikTok, and think that I have the best life or I can afford to do all these things. I have people emailing me to send them money for their tuition or send them money for a laptop. Unfortunately, I can't even afford to buy things for myself. I'm still paying off my college tuition. I think it's important that I made this video to show you guys my reality and what I live with and normalize the normal a little bit because it's not done enough. I haven't bought new clothes for myself in a very long time. I think the last thing I bought for myself was a pair of jeans from
That's actually very good. Not to spend money on too many clothes that you actually don't need if you are living below or at a minimal wage income. Yeah, that's a great resolution.
Giant Tiger. The last clothes I got, which if you watched my vlogs a couple videos ago, were hand-me-downs from my sister-in-law. Most of my closet is stuff that I have from high school, my mom's hand-me-downs, and my sister-in-law's hand-me-downs. I have these purses that I got from Winners, like they were discounted. I don't have organizational buckets. I have a basket out in the hall that has my makeup in it that I have to carry to the bathroom every time I want to get ready. I work a full-time job in retail, which is not easy, and I have to balance doing content creation full-time plus working a full-time job. My husband and I, we've traveled never. We have never been on a trip together in the 6 years that we've been together. Granted, we were dating for 3 years, so we weren't able to go on a trip together by ourselves, but we've never been on a plane together at all, simply because we can't afford it. We also worry about finances on a day-to-day basis. We wonder how we're going to pay for things.
Yeah, you have to realize that many people are going through this, through inflation, and life is going to be harder and harder. Things are getting more and more expensive. Food, rent, transportation, and taking a vacation is becoming a luxury. So if you can't afford it right now, simply work toward it. Simply forget about it for now and focus on the right thing. Focus on getting a side job, focus on working, starting a side hustle, starting a business on the side, focus on getting a promotion or finding a job that pays more by improving your skills, improving your education, etc. Focus on improving your life step by step, even if it can seem unsurmountable. You can work toward it step by step, one step at a time. And then eventually, if you don't quit, if you don't let people discourage you from trying to reach your goals, and eventually you will find success. I totally believe in you guys. The fact that you're watching this video right now up to this point proves that you have the capacity to make it happen. You have the capacity to manifest everything that you want in your life. And if you work hard at it, if you keep at it every single day, then eventually you will succeed.
Because everything is so expensive right now. If you look at social media and you have all these thoughts, wishing you were someone else, wishing you had what they had, feeling like you're behind in life because you aren't able to afford the things they have, it's okay. You aren't the exception. You're the rule. That is normal. Remind yourself, you know what? I'm in a normal place right now. I don't need to have all these things in order to be happy or successful or worthy, because your worth is not found in material things.
Exactly. The most important things in life are not things. They are actually not material things. They are probably experiences and relationships and the people that you cherish, your loved ones, your friends, your family, your spouse, your children. These are the most important things in life, not the things that you possess, not the things that you can buy. And we should definitely avoid any overconsumption mindset and go out of our way to be happy by simply being grateful and being optimistic about the future.
Found in your heart and how you treat people. You can always strive to be better. You can always strive to work hard to get the things you want. But if that's not your reality right now, if that's not your normal, it's totally okay. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you made it this far, God bless you. I love you. It really helps me out when you watch the video to the end. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like lifestyle content, if you like real talks like this, or just helpful lifestyle tips. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. God bless you all, and until next time.
That was a great video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to Susanna and like her video. It was very inspiring video, very relatable. I hope you enjoyed this video with me today, guys. Don't forget to click here to watch the next one, and I will see you there. Bye bye.